Welcome back to the channel. We are out here at the Outdoor Adventures Disc Golf Course just outside of Commerce, Texas today. Gonna be just playing a casual round of disc golf. We're gonna be playing mainly the gold tees, I think, but it has multiple tees, so if there's a hole that looks better than the other, we might just play that one. Score doesn't really matter today, and we're just gonna be chucking. Beautiful day out here, about 55, sunny, a little bit of wind to keep it interesting, keep it honest.
There's 3 keys of disc golf: driving, approaching, and putting. You need all 3 to do this disc sport.
Hole number 1, 442 feet. Throw dead straight out there. The basket kind of cuts through those trees a little bit. Oh. That's pretty good, actually, I think. Actually, a really good shot. Kind of think the play to at least get a putt to this would be a big turnover and kind of crash down towards the basket. But on hole 1, I don't really have that. Happy with this forehand. Just a little spinner here, PA3. Get in. Oh! So right before we actually came out here today, we stopped at Harry Myers, which is like, I think ranked 94th in the world, it said, for last year. There was groups of 4 on hole 1 for like a half an hour straight. Probably 100 people playing the course, and it was like 20-mile-an-hour winds. We got out of there. It was not going to be a good day for filming out on a course like that. Hole number 2, no, I think it's in the shorter, so 274. Pin is just dead straight out here, but super low ceiling. I'm thinking a flex shot, most likely. Yeah, we're going to take the avalanche, pull it out to the right, hopefully just slide it back. Yeah. Oh! That was so good. I'm gonna try and do a similar line, I guess, with the FD1. Swing. Yeah, it just doesn't quite have the bite. Good shot. So we've been in Texas for a few days now. Played that one match against Joe on camera. And then we've played a few other casual rounds off camera, which has been really nice to just play some real disc golf on some real disc golf courses and just kind of try and play well. One thing that's, obviously disappointing is if you saw the match against Joe, like I threw the disc well. Getting off the tee was never really an issue. Obviously a few holes here and there, not perfect, but it was just the losing the strokes. And it sucks when you like play a course like that the day before and you putt great, obviously, because it's just a casual round, nothing matters. And if you shoot a good round, and then as soon as it matters, the feeling of knowing how to putt just goes out the window, which is obviously something we're all familiar with. But also the main, like the number one thing I'm trying to I need to learn how to score this year. And that's what that new series is going to be most about, is learning how to score and take away mistakes. Another spinner here. Ugh. Guys, look at Paula. She got the iced coffee, the shades, she got the bag, she got a protein bar in there, the water. She's ready to roll. Nope. Hole number 3, 566 foot par 4. Basket is way down there to the right. Forehand over the trees or a nice low skipper. Power throwers could go over top of the Big Annie, but I don't really trust that here in the wind. Oh, there it is. No, don't turn. Still figuring out the stability on these traces. Sometimes they fly pretty beefy, and then right now I think we got a headwind coming through here, so they're definitely flipping up. So now that I'm kind of down on the fairway, I realize my play should have been to play to this gap kind of shorter to the right. I should have gone avalanche. That was never going to turn over because it's pretty open over here, whereas if you push a little straight here, it's just not the best line. I don't have a ton. Texas is kind of doing me dirty because I don't have distance drivers that are like big skip, like beefcakes right now. I don't have any. And I think with the wind and this shot would need one of them. Oh yeah. I think one of the things that I enjoy about coming out and playing a relatively challenging course, like blind, is that you have to kind of problem solve on the go. Would I love to be able to stay right here for a couple days and like get multiple rounds and really figure out the course? Yes, but there's also something to like on the go trying to figure out what you got to do. Sometimes the depth perception's a little off and your shots are just not at all what you should have thrown, but you got to figure it out. Another 60 footer, a little shorter than I thought it was. Get in there. Come on. Oh, the spinner's feeling a little dialed today. It's got the angles on it. Hole 4 says it's about 362. You can't really see it, but the pine tree, I don't know, right off probably where my hand is, the basket looks to be maybe 100 feet past that. Looks like there's a big hyzer route here, or kind of a sneaky forehand. Will I get any skip though? That's the question. Oh yeah, get over there. So this year, one of my main goals is to really diversify the content while focusing mainly on improving my game. I think last year, I know last year the focus was just on the content and building the Frisbee Club, building the brand, building my channel, which obviously I needed to do to get to where I am. But I definitely saw an effect on my game in a negative way, because for a big part of the year I pretty much never played disc golf without filming it. And as good as that can be for, I don't know, wanting to play good on camera, sometimes it's hard to get out and just practice and actually work on things while filming. And recently I've been playing a little bit more off camera. Obviously took a little bit of time off, but I want to just slow down the content a little bit in terms of like not so fast paced, and just play disc golf, talk you guys through my thoughts and what I'm doing, and try and fix things, you know, maybe even in the middle of the video. If can't make a putt, well, maybe I should sit there for 5 minutes and figure it out, rather than just keep filming and then at the end of the day being like, wow, I suck, whereas could have just took a little time to improve what you're working on. So I can't remember if I said at the beginning, but one of the things I'm working on today, and you know, obviously going forward, is trying to figure out a pace of the putt that's obviously going to get there and go in, but not go super deep. Hole 5 says 294 feet, kind of a raised basket right there, dead center. Nice little gap. Seems a little bit shorter than that. Nocturnal Glow Mint Discs Lasso. Another disc that we are currently trying out in that zone category. Well, I wasn't good. Yeah, that works. That's what you get for trying to do the sneaky up the gut route. Just take the easy shot. Avalanche, touch deep here. One of my new favorite discs. For some reason, I can never trust Beefy Firebirds. I always, in my head, I think the Firebirds, because I always throw flippy ones, they're flippy. Or not flippy, but flip up Firebirds. Whereas this Avalanche is a beefcake and I just can trust it. Nice. Working on my wrist position, on whether or not I want it cocked at all, straight. Right now I'm kind of having it cocked a little, and if all I do is just a slight pop, seems to be working all right. Ooh, a little gusty. I think a lot of them are in the B right now. 374 par 3. Big swinger out there. Once again, another shot where a beefy distance driver would probably be really nice. The Daytona's beefy, but I'm talking like beefy with a good skip. Like a nice Nuke OS would be good. I'm trying to smack this, get it high, let the wind drift it over. See, it's got to get left. We'll see. We're gonna take this lasso from a knee, little puncher. This is the maiden voyage for these lassos out on the course. Shout out to the guys over at Loot Bags, or Guy, not totally sure, sorry. They sent over a few loot bags with the Frisbee Club on them, and they sent me all 3 versions of the lasso. So we're trying out this Nocturnal. It's kind of the flattest one. Oh yeah. Hole number 7, we're gonna be playing the blue on this one because it seemed a little bit more fun. The basket is literally It's got to be like, what, 150 feet? Straight into the tree route. Horrible shot. Lined us up for a perfect little putt. Come on. I'm running everything with the spinner today from deep, but they're just coming up short. I always got to tap in my tap ins. That's why, because they still almost don't go in sometimes. Hole number 8, gold pin to B. It says 396. Super tight off the tee here. You kind of got 2 gaps. I think the left one's probably the play. If you were like Kevin Jones and could throw a 400-foot grenade, that would 100% be the play. This might work horrible, but if I hit it, it'll probably be all right. We're gonna go Era, left side gap. Kind of just try and force a little turnover line and see what happens. Yeah, we nutted it. Sick. Probably a long putt, but to get out the gap like that is money. All right, this was actually a really nice shot. We came up probably 40 feet short. Looks like we got a tree in the way here, and it's kind of low ceiling. I'm gonna try to at least give this one the height. There it is. What? This course is definitely a hidden gem. I assume this course doesn't get a ton of love just because of the proximity to Dallas. It's like an hour 20 out. Super good track out here. Honestly, such a beautiful property. No one's out here, so if you want to come get a really casual round in where you're not feeling rushed or having to play fast, this is probably the spot. Also 3 tees. I think the golds and the blues have tee boxes, and they got like a really short that looks like there's no tees, but super solid course so far. It's dead straight out there. About 438 it says. We're just gonna go hyzer route with the reach. Oof. Oh yeah. That's a good way to get 50 short, lay up. All right guys, we actually came up a little short. Not gonna lie, the spot that I thought was the short pin was like a stake for the short tee actually. So the hole's a little bit farther. I'm right here. Paul, will you show him the basket? Pretty much right there. I mean, not super short, but absolutely blind. We're just gonna launch the putter and see if we can ching it in. Oh, that's probably decent, huh? Follow with the skills behind the camera. So this is one of them holes where it plays as a par 4 from the long, and now that I see where you could get to, it's probably an easier par 4 because you could chip up and then have an upshot, whereas a par 3 from here seems very difficult to access the pin. We're actually just gonna go FD1, kind of over the top. Not really probably play it to the basket, but no, we're gonna go avalanche. Oh yeah, I like that. That should play. FD1 definitely would have gone way too straight. Well, I actually parked the short pin here. Now that I see where the basket is, I definitely needed, once again, a distance driver, but that's super overstable, which I currently do not have in the bag. I wish I knew how to throw a grenade better. Or do we go forehand roller? We're gonna do that, guys. This could be decent or really bad. Turn. Yup. 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 Just a geek doing nerd things. Just a little lasso. Says it's about 260. Tucked off. Oh, so one pin is off to the left, one's way off to the right. I like it. Looks like an avalanche forehand. Holy, that is a lot of mud right there. So I ran down there and looked. The basket is actually in the right position, way down there. We're gonna go avalanche. If that's too deep, we're gonna go A2. If you watched the Rebuilding the Bag episode number 1, you know that I was bagging the zone and the tempo at the time. Tempo's still in the bag. Zone, I think she's gonzo. We currently have the A2 and the lasso in. We could be bagging all 3 of the approach discs, who knows? But I just trust the stability of the A2 so much. Yeah, nailed it. Oh, I just hit something up high. Just an inch too inside. There it is. Chinger. Come on. Let's go. That's the sickest putt I've ever made. Hole number 12. Looks like 275. Tucked off to the right side. Oh, come on. I was so close. We got the OG Buzz Assess back in the bag right now. Giving her some love. Yeah. Oh, okay. 2 really good shots and lines, but I just like to hit trees. Now that I kind of see the angle of the actual hole, I think the flip up forehand actually would have been the play, because it kind of needs to get where my avalanche hit the tree, but then start pushing more straight rather than the big skip right. I think we're literally gonna go A2 punch throw and just skip it up. Can't do much more than that. The color right now in the woods looks so nice. Oh, what do we have here, guys? Let's go. Hole number 13. Looks like it's like all these pin placements are basically in the 115 to 170 feet. I gotta say, it's probably in one of the shorter ones. I'm gonna try and take this tempo on a forehand and just smack it right at it. Pretty tight gap. Yeah, see if we can sneak a backhand. Hole 14, playing the blue, 217 feet, dead straight here. We're gonna take the tempo. Ching it. Oh, tempo, just a little bit deep here. Maybe a 20-foot comebacker. Try and get a smooth putt. Flat. Need a little more pop. So the basket is pretty much dead straight way back in those trees. For me right now, I feel like it would be a flex backhand, really torque it over and then have it slide back. But because of my bag setup right now, I think it might just be another avalanche forehand out into the open, pitch up. Probably the smart play, honestly. Yeah, that is really nice. That's perfect landing zone, I think. Hole number 17, basket's way down there. 515 feet. Super tight. There's really, I would say no. Is it a par 4? Yeah, par 4. The line here, I kind of think is like, I don't think the outside hyzer is really the play. I think we're going to try and get a little sneaky here. I'm going to go trace on the left side gap. Just hard, flat. Hopefully it flips up and just get a little bit of turn and get out there. Gosh, that would have been so good if it just had any height. We're gonna try the Rogue. Low, hyzer, pusher. See what happens here. That should play. Tricky hole. Plus, I'm not totally sure like where the landing zone is, so I didn't exactly know where I want to be playing to. Go from this trace first. Basket's right up there. Yeah, this would have been really nice if it would have had any height. Would have got way out there. It's gonna go avalanche. Oh yeah, this Rogue was really nice. You know, pretty close to the short pin here, which is usually a good layup zone indicator for the long pin. Man, I still don't quite, I mean, that's fine, it hit and stuck, but I still don't quite treat that A2 like an A2. I treat it like a zone, because I need to trust that it's stable enough so I can swing it out, because the zone I always swing out, but then it's not stable enough, and then I you know, don't have a good shot. 23 footer from the Avalanche. That was not good. Okay. That release right there, super good pace, good pop, felt nice. I need to keep doing that. Oh, that literally fell out of my hand. What the hell is that? Come on. All right, well guys, we made it to hole number 18. We got 300, it says 330 or 370, not sure what pin placement we're at here. Just a big old hyzer. I think the reach is probably the play here. Get it up high on hyzer, let her work. Should be good. Hope you guys enjoyed this round. Super nice little casual toss. I am super glad we came here and played instead of Harry Myers. That looked like more of like a park style. Super busy, super windy. Not the most fun for me. This, literally, we didn't see a single other player the entire time. Completely empty. Beautiful property. I don't know if you're in Texas and you haven't played this course, definitely come play it. It's maybe like 40 minutes to an hour northeast of Dallas. Beautiful track. Would recommend. I'd come play here again, which I feel like if you'd come play a course again, so you know it's a good one. So, oh, I am sitting like 7 feet away. Let's see if I can go tap this in for a birdie. Let's go. Well guys, thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one. Ooh.
And right here, I have a frisbee bag. It holds all my frisbees, the ones I like.